Sairam children, how are you all? Hope you all are fine. So children, are you studying? Are you studying? Yes, you have to study hard to get the good marks, to score good marks in your Essay 1 exams. Soon you are having your Essay 1 and you have already received the date sheet and the syllabus. So start preparing from today itself. Today in our English class, we are going to study punctuation. What we are going to study? Punctuations. Let's start. We use stops or marks of punctuation to separate one sentence from another or one part of sentence from another part. If we want to separate one sentence from other, we have to put punctuation marks, or if we are asking some question from somebody, again we have to put question mark. Means punctuation mark. We have to use punctuation marks to make the sentence more understandable. Okay? Punctuation simply means the marks which we put in the sentence. Okay? Now, there are the main punctuation mark are, or the main marks of punctuations are: first, full stop. When we end the sentence, we have to put full stop. Second is comma. When we have to separate two things, we have to put comma. When we are asking question from somebody, we have to put question mark. When we are feeling strange or surprised or sad, when there is a strong feeling of this, we put exclamation sign. What a beautiful flower! Means we are surprised to see the beauty of that flower. So what we put? We put exclamation signs. Now we have inverted commas. Whenever there is a quotation by some famous personality, or we have to quote something, so we put inverted commas. Then we have colon, we have to separate it. We have semicolons also. The main which we are going to use is full stop, comma, interrogation mark or question mark, exclamation signs or inverted comma. These main punctuation marks we use in our daily sentences or in our writings. All right. Now let's see. Now we are going to see the sentences that which punctuation mark we have to use in which sentences. Alright, here is the first example. We bought apples, orange, banana and grapes. So which punctuation mark we have to use here in the sentence? We bought apple. Apple is one fruit. Orange is another fruit. Banana, one more fruit, and grapes. When we have to segregate, we have to put comma. What we put here? We put comma. We bought apples, oranges, banana and grapes. And we have to end the sentence by putting full stop. Alright. So which punctuation mark we have used? First of all, to separate two things, we have to put comma. Alright. We bought apples, oranges, bananas and grapes. While ending the sentence, we have to put full stop. Alright. One sentence we have done. Now we will take the example of other. When did you come? It starts from WH. WH means asking question. When did you come? Means we are asking question, so we have to put question mark sign. What punctuation mark we have to use here? We have to put question mark. Alright, because we are asking question. If I am asking how are you, I have to put question mark. What are you doing? Means I am asking question. Again I have to put question mark. Alright. Next. What a lovely flower. I am surprised to see the beauty of that flower. So which punctuation mark here? Exclamation sign. What we have to use? Exclamation sign. If I have written hooray, this is with this word also punctuation exclamation sign come. Okay. Now the teacher said hard work is the key to success. The teacher said. The teacher said. This we have to separate it by putting comma. Okay, means teacher is saying, this we have to separate. Now what teacher is saying? This is a quotation. So for quotation what we have to put? We have to put inverted commas. Teacher said, comma, inverted commas start, hard work is the key to success, inverted commas close. Then full stop. Alright. Teacher said, this is one thing. We have to separate it by putting comma. And what did teacher say? Teacher is saying some quotation. So for quotation we have to put the quotation in the inverted commas. Inverted commas. After inverted commas we have to put full stop. We have to end the statement. Alright. Now in punctuation mark also we have to put capital letters. Alright. We live in Delhi, the capital of India. We have to change this sentence. This is written wrong. Means properly it is not written. What we have to write? We live in Delhi, comma, the capital of India. Okay. We live in Delhi, the capital of India. Here we have to make this word capital G, and here this is the name of a country, capital letter. Whenever we are writing the specific name of a particular place, we have to put that first letter of that place in capital. Means here Delhi is a place, we have to put D in capital letter. And India is a name of a country, so I should be in capital letter. Okay, understood? Now this portion is unpunctuated, means we have not used any full stop, any comma, inverted commas, question mark. Alright, first we read this. The teacher said, my boys, before coming home you should put your books, notebook, pen and pencil in your bag. Are you able to understood? No. We have to put certain punctuation mark in this sentence to make it more understandable. What? First letter should be capital. The teacher said, comma, inverted commas begin. My boys, comma, before going home, comma, You should put your books, comma, notebooks, comma, pens and pencils in your bag. Full stop, inverted commas, close. Understood? The first letter should be capital. After said, it should be comma and then inverted commas. My boys, comma, before coming to home, comma, you should put your books, notebooks, these are different things, books are different, notebooks are different, pens are different, pencils are different, so we have to put comma in this. Alright, to make it more understandable, if the sentence is unpunctuated, it is not having any punctuation mark, no full stop, no comma, nothing, so you are not able to understand it more effectively. If we use all these things, then it will be easily understandable. All right, I hope you understood, and this you have studied earlier also in your previous classes, right? This is a brief about this punctuation. Now we will start with a new thing. We will be starting new chapter from the grammar book, that is sentences and kinds of sentences. This chapter is from your grammar book, and before this chapter, punctuation marks should be told, so that wherever the marks is used, you are able to use them properly. All right. Now this is just one sentence is written. In a season this get we oranges and carrots. Are you able to understand what is written? In a season this get we oranges and carrots. Is this written in a correct manner? No. Is this sentence is making any sense? No. So here words do not make any sense. But if we use all these words in a proper place, in a right order, then it will be a senseful sentence. Then it will be easy to understand. Right? Let's see the correct statement or correct sentence using these words. We get oranges and carrots in this season. Now you are able to understand the meaning of this sentence. We use full stop also, and we also put these words at right place. We get oranges and carrots in this season, and after season we put full stop to end the sentence, that the sentences end. All right. Now a sentence begin with a capital letter. A sentence always begin with a capital letter and always end with a full stop. A normal sentence is always start with a capital letter and always end with a full stop. It ends with full stop, a question mark or exclamation sign. Means it depend on the nature of the sentence, that which type of sentence it is. If it is a sentence which gives us surprise, then we have to put exclamation sign. If it is a normal sentence, we put full stop. If in that sentence somebody is asking question, we put question mark. If somebody is saying some quoted lines, we put comma, inverted commas begin, inverted commas close, and then full stop. Okay, so it depends. Now here are some examples of the sentences. We cannot progress without peace. English is an international language. Please wait quite. Please wait quietly outside the class. This bag is made of leather. An essay is longer than a paragraph. So these all are the meaningful sentence, and each and every word is on its right place, so that it will be easily understandable. It will be easy for you to understand in which sentence what is saying, or in which or what is the meaning of the sentence. Let's take an example of fourth. This bag is made of leather means this bag, we are talking about this bag is made of leather. You are able to understand, right? If we put proper words on right place, only then the sentence is complete, and only then the sentence is meaningful. Okay? Now we have the parts of sentence. There are two parts of sentence: subjects and predicates. Subject, whom we are talking about in this sentence, and the rest of the sentence becomes the predicate. The person or thing named is the subject of the sentence. The person, if we are talking about my name is Nitika, so Nitika is a subject and predicate is my name is. Alright. So the subject or main thing which we are talking about in that sentence is the subject. Alright. If we are studying grammar. Alright. So the subject is English. Okay. What we say about the person or thing becomes predicate. What we are saying about the person. If I am saying that you are a beautiful girl, so I am talking about you. Rest sentence become the predicate. Okay. Now one example. Sujata is reading. Sujata is reading. So what is the subject in this sentence and what is the predicate in this sentence? We are talking about Sujata. So Sujata is a subject and is reading is a predicate. The main thing is Sujata. We are talking about a person Sujata in this sentence. So Sujata is a subject and the rest sentence is reading. Is reading a book, is reading a novel. Then that sentence, the rest of the sentence becomes the predicate. Alright. Now, subjects usually come first and was followed by predicate. Okay. Generally, subjects come first and followed by predicate. But sometimes it may place after the predicates. In sometimes, like in poetic expression, when we read the poem. Let's take an example. Silently flowed the river. Silently flowed the river. River, we are talking about river. River is a subject. River is the main thing. And the rest of the sentence, this silently flowed become the predicate. Okay. But generally subjects come first and predicates followed by that. Okay. Now let's see the kinds of sentences. Sentences are of different types. The sentence gives some information and ends with a full stop. When sentence gives us some information and it ends with full stop, it is called declarative or assertive sentences. It is called declarative, means this is declaring something or giving some information and the sentence ends with a full stop. It is a declarative or assertive sentences. Like birds fly in the sky. Birds fly in the sky. It giving us information that birds fly in sky. This is a normal sentence. This is a declarative sentence or assertive sentence because it ends with a full stop. Tulsi is a medicinal plant. This is an information. Tulsi, we are talking about a plant. Tulsi is a medicinal plant. So this is an assertive or declarative sentences. Alright. These sentences may be positive or negative. These sentences may be positive or affirmative or negative sentence. Negative sentence have no in that or not. But it doesn't matter, they are declarative or assertive, which are the simple sentences, give some information and ends with a full stop. They are called declarative or assertive sentences. They may be negative or they may be positive. Next, the statement always end with a question mark. Always end with a question mark. These are called interrogative sentences. These are called interrogative sentences in which we are asking something. Which is your favorite color? Which is your favorite subject? How is the weather outside today? We are asking some question. And whenever you know that whenever we ask some question and question always end with a question mark. The punctuation, which punctuation mark is used? This question mark is used. And wherever you see the question mark sentences, they are called interrogative sentences. Interrogative. Alright. Next, the sentences give some advice. Remember this. The sentences gives some advice or requesting something or give an order or command to somebody. They are called imperative sentences. They are called imperative sentences. They may be end with a full stop or exclamation sign. They may be end with a full stop or exclamation sign. Like for example, obey your elders. This is an advice. This is an advice for you that you should obey your elders. Okay, so this is an imperative sentence. Please give me a glass of water. We are requesting to give a glass of water. Okay, so this is also an imperative sentence. Go outside. I am giving you order. This is also an imperative sentence. Stand up. I am giving you command. So this is also an imperative sentence. Imperative sentence may be end with a full stop or exclamation sign. Okay. So understand it very well that in imperative sentence there may be some advice, request, order or command. This is called imperative sentence. Obey your elders. Give me a glass of water. Alright, understood? Now, one more. The sentences express the feeling of loss or happiness. This is a strong and sudden feeling. In exclamatory sentences, exclamatory sign means exclamatory sentences have exclamation sign in it, means we put exclamation signs in these sentences. So these sentences give us a strong and sudden feeling of happiness, sorrow, anger, surprise or fear. Okay. Hooray! India won the match. Means we are surprised that and we are showing our happiness. Hooray! We put exclamation sign. India won the match. Ah, what a lovely rose. We are happy to see the beauty of that rose. Okay. And if we are sad, alas, in this also we put exclamation sign to show sorrow. If we are feeling sad or if we are feeling sorrow, we put these word. With these word also we put exclamation sign. Okay. I hope children you understood with both the things, punctuation and sentences and its kinds. Now try to do the exercises given in your book. Alright? And do lot of practice for your English exam. Read the chapters in new voices thoroughly. Do the exercises of grammar book and active English. Okay? Sairam.